Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss the reciprocating compressor working principle. Now you can see this is the single acting piston cylinder arrangement shown over here, and this is the reciprocating type. The piston is driven by the crankshaft via the connecting rod. At the top of the cylinder there is a suction wall and the discharge wall, and the reciprocating compressor usually has the 2 or 3 or 4 or 6 cylinders. Now from this figure you can clearly find that it consists of the piston which reciprocates in the cylinder, and it is driven through the connecting rod and the crank, and the crankshaft driven through a prime mover. So here you can see the inlet wall and the exhaust wall is also shown. Now the actual working of the reciprocating air compressor we are going to be discuss. In the first diagram you can see the colored portion is inlet wall where air from the atmosphere is sucked through the strainer, and here the contaminants present in the air is arrested and the pure air is introduced inside the piston cylinder arrangement. And when the compression starts, this is the suction action, and when the compression action starts, the piston forwards in the upward direction, and at this upward direction compression takes place, and the your compressed air will be stored inside the suction tank. Now the valve position, at the suction stroke you can find the suction valves open, but at the same time the delivery valve is closed. But at the compression action the inlet valve is closed and the exhaust valve is open. So this is the simple working of the reciprocating air compressor. Now we are going to discuss the positive displacement compressor. Compressing element, that is the piston or vane type, displaces air positively from the suction to the delivery. And reciprocating air compressor, single acting reciprocating compression, only one side of the piston is the functional, means from only one side there is a suction, and the after that there is a compression action takes place. So the discharge of such kind of the cylinders is not continuous, it is the intermediates. But in case of the double acting cylinder you find the both sides of the pistons are the functional, so you got the continuous discharge of the compressed air. Now we are going to see the single acting reciprocating air compressor. This is the functional element. You can see the water jackets we are providing at the top, at the side of the wall for the cooling purpose, because we have to increase the efficiency of this air compressor. So whatever the heat is produced inside the air, we have to remove that heat. So that's why cooling, to provide the cooling effects, so we are providing the water jackets. You can see the piston and the cylinder arrangement is also shown over here. Now at the suction side you can find air from the atmosphere is introduced inside the piston cylinder arrangement. Now here we have shown the clearance volume and also the swept volume. Swept volume means what? The topmost position and the bottommost position. During this position, how much volume is handled by the piston cylinder arrangement, that is the stroke volume. But the clearance volume, this is the volume where there is always presence of the air and it is above the swept volume. So whatever the volume present about the top position of the piston cylinder arrangement, that volume is called as the clearance volume. Now during the suction side, the air is induced inside the piston cylinder arrangement and it compresses, and when the compression action takes place it departs from the delivery side. So this is the receiver pressure you can see, and delivery side delivers the high pressurized air, and this is the functional diagrammatic representation of the single acting reciprocating air compressor. Now we are going to see the terminology of this piston cylinder arrangement and this all the parts of this compressor. Now in the single acting reciprocating compressor, you can find the inlet is provided over here, and the valve from which there is a suction of the charge inside the piston cylinder arrangement, that is called as the inlet valve, and the tubing from where the charge means air is introduced inside this piston cylinder, that is called as the inlet pipe. Now the volume that is present above the this AB position, when the piston is reaches to this position, and the whatever the air is present above this position, that is called as the clearance volume, and we are indicated this clearance volume by the VC. Now the exhaust valve, you can see the at the exhaust position or outlet position, the valve which delivers the compressed air, that is called as the discharge valve or outlet valve, and the tubing which is providing the outlet or compressed air, that is called as the outlet tubing. And the AB position and the CD position, the volume present during this position is called as the swept volume, and at the outside it is the cylinder, and piston we have shown by this rectangular. So this is the, you find that the compressor terminology we are saying it as a. Now we are going to see the general layout of the compressor. Here you can see the general layout of the compressor. Air cleaner is provided. When the suction starts in the piston cylinder arrangement, you can find the air is sucked inside the compressor, and the compression starts, and after compression the air will be delivered into the receiver tank. Now at the receiver you can find the drain port or a drain valve is provided. When there is any kind of the moisture present in the air, to remove that moisture content, the drain plug we open and we can remove the moisture present in the air. So also for this we have provided the fixed foot also. Now you can see this compressor is driven with the help of the electric motor, and the belt arrangement we have provided, and to this belt drive, the belt guard we are providing for the protection purposes, and handle we are providing to move the compressor from one position to another position. So all these equipments we have mounted on a flat set, that is the equipment deck we have provided. So the outlet pressure, indicating the outlet pressure, you can find the outlet pressure gauge we have provided. Control panel, if the excessive pressure is generated, at that time the control ports output ports, from that output ports we are supplying the air at the certain level. AC cord we have provided. From this AC cord we have supplied the electric current to the electric motor. So this is the general layout of the compressor. Now this is the one more pictorial view of the air compressor. You can see electric motor, then the compressor we have shown, air filter we have shown also here, high pressure storage tank which stores the air, and with the help of the belt drive we can drive the compressor. Now in this pictorial view you can see the cut section of the air compressor. So you can see the piston cylinder arrangement, over which cut section in the connecting rod is provided, and to drive this you can see the electric motors we have shown, and for intermediate connection we are supplying suction of one cylinder to the another cylinders, one cylinder discharge to the suction of the another cylinder. So this arrangement shown in this cut section of the air compressor. Now we are going to discuss the root blower compressor. Root blower compressor, in this root blower compressor you can see the two lobes we have provided, and from here this root blower compressor, the one of the rotors is driven externally and the other is driven through the gears from the first. The rotors with more than the two lobes are sometimes used when the increase in the pressure ratio is required. A small clearance between the lobes and the cylinder surface is maintained to prevent the wear. However, due to the clearance between the surface and there are internal leaks, and it reduces the volumetric efficiency. So if the gas is taken at the intake at the pressure, and as the lobes rotates, the mass of the gas that is equal to the volume corresponding to volume of the each lobe, you are finding over here from the receiver side. So at this instant some high pressure gas will be rushed back from the receiver and it mixes with the volume V until the pressure is equalized. So this process is known as backflow process. The air is now delivered to the receiver by the rotation of the lobe. So this is the functional working. You can see the low pressure side and the high pressure side. From this red dots you can see this is the low pressure side. From the here we are delivering it to the high pressure side, and the compression action takes place the intermediates. So this is the two lobe mounted at the different rotors on the epic cycloid or involute profile rotating in the opposite direction. So this is the constructional and the working features of the root blower compressor. So the advantages of this, or you can find that the root blowers have been designed to deliver the compressed air in the range of 0.5 meter cube to the 1400 meter cube per minute at a pressure up to 2 bar. Then these blowers are rushed in design and operation with negligible lubrication oil consumption, but these blowers are incapable of producing high pressure ratios. The volumetric efficiency is found to decrease with increasing pressure ratio and the speed. Next we are going to discuss vent type compressor. The vent type compressor, it consists of a spring loaded vanes mounted in the slots of the rotors. The vanes are usually made up of not metallic fibers or the carbons. The rotor is mounted eccentrically inside the casing. Inlet ports opens to large area of the vanes compared to delivery side of the port. As the rotor rotates, the freely sliding vanes extending radially from the rotor axis are projected due to the centrifugal forces to meet the inner surface of the casing. It forms the airtight pockets over there, and considering the anti-clockwise rotation of the rotor, the vanes from the atmospheric at pressure P1 is trapped between the vanes, which is equal to the volume that we are considering. The atmospheric whatever the volume is sucked inside the gap, and with the rotation of the rotor and the volume trapped, that is the volume is compressed till it communicates the receiver side. Since the receiver pressure is higher than the compressed air between the vanes, the backflow of the air from the receiver will be takes place, and this causes further rise of pressure internally compressed air until the pressure equalize. So in case of the compressor, the total pressure rise is partially due to the internal compression between the vanes and partially due to the backflow of air. Keep in the mind, the in case of vane blower, the total pressure rise is partially due to the internal compression and partially due to the backflow of the air. So this is the related with the vane type compressor. It needs less work of compression compared to with the root blower, and same workflow rate and the pressure ratios as in case of the root blower. The volumetric efficiency of the vane blower ranges between the 60 to 70%, because due to the leakage affection by the machine size and the pressure ratio to the obtained, and the speed of this blower should be limited up to the 3000 rpm. Next is the screw type compressor. Now in this figure you find that the screw type or helical rotary compressor is positive displacement type of the compressor. It consists of the two mating helical loaded rotors. Now these lobes are, you can finding, these are rotated with the intermesh with very small clearance. The male rotors having 3 to 4 lobes along its length is usually driving rotor, and it mesh with similarly formed helical lobe, that is the female rotor having the 4 to 6 lobes. So during the rotation of the rotor, air is drawn through the suction port to fill the space between the male and the female rotor lobes. Since the air drawn between the lobes is the isolated from the suction port, this air is so trapped is moved both axially and radially with the rotation of the rotor, and this is compressed due to the volumetric reduction, as you finding that the lobe of the compressor progressively reduces the space occupied by the air. When air is so compressed, is put into the communication with the discharge port in the cylinder, and air leaves through the discharge port. So it could be observed that the screw compressor, the male and the female rotor, rotates at different speed due to different number of lobes on them. The rotor are usually cooled by the internal circulation of the lubricating oil, and due to this compressor require elaborating the lubricating oil system. Now these compressors are noisy in operation, so due to their simplicity, durability and reliability and their high efficiency over wide range of the pressure, the screw compressor now being accepted for various industrial application, particularly for the refrigeration and the air conditioning industry. So this is the construction and the working of the screw type compressor. Next we are going to discuss the rotary compressor. It is the centrifugal type compressor. You can see in this figure clearly the air is introduced in such kind of the compressor axially, and it is compressed from the vanes rotating in the centrifugal action. So due to the casing there is and the rotating vanes, the compression takes place, and this compressed air is utilized for the functional purpose. So the compression of the air takes place due to the centrifugal action. So this kind of the compressor is called as the centrifugal compressor. Now we are going to discuss the PV plotting without the clearance. Now, if there is no any kind of the clearance volume present, how the actual PV plotting you are finding on the this now here you can see at point 1 to 2 there is a compression action takes place. Now usually the compressor are the high speed machine due to the rate of heat transfer can be assumed to be negligible. Thus the process may be adiabatic compression, polytropic compression or isothermal compression. So in this diagram you can see we are considering only a simple compression over there. Now this cycle shows that in this cycle there is a suction from point 4 to 1 over there, and this is at the constant pressure, and this constant pressure suction is followed by the compression process during the 1 to 2 process. Now after that what happened, the pressure is remains constant over there, and the volume you can find gets reduced at this point. So the during this you can find that the during this point 2 to 3 the pressure remains constant, and the actual work done of this diagram is the 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4 over here. But you can find below the atmospheric level there is a suction is happening. So this is the general representation of the PV diagram without the clearance volume. So the it is you find that the work done from this diagram we can find the area under this total 1 2 3 4, or this is the integration of minus v with respect to dp, means change in the pressure we are finding. Now as we have discussed, the compression may be isothermal, isentropic or polytropic. So we can show this diagram. When there is a isothermal process we are considering 4 to 1, 1 to 2 double dash and 2 double dash 2 3. This is the area from where we are finding the isothermal work done. Whenever there is a isentropic process, then at that time we can find 4 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3 work done. And when there is a adiabatic polytropic process, at that adiabatic process, or you are finding that the isentropic process there is a work done 4 to 1, 1 to 2 dash 2 3. So this is the work done we are finding, but you find the work required is the maximum with adiabatic process, and the work required to be minimum in case of the isothermal process. So isothermal compression process is considered as the ideal process because of the work input required is the minimum. Thus the best value of index of compression, that is n, is equal to 1. So the isothermal compression is not possible in the practice, since the heat needed to be dissipated corresponding to the temperature rise during the compression process. This heat transfer will require sufficient time. So in other words, we are saying that an air compressor needs to be run extremely slow speed to achieve the approximately isothermal process. So it will reduce the mass flow rate of air which we have to be compressed. So in practical requirements, the compression of air require the high rate of the compressor. So compressor run at sufficient high speed to obtain the sufficient mass flow rate of the air. So the process of compression nearly to the adiabatic compressor. that is the n is equal to gamma. So the approach of isothermal compressor, the air or you are finding during this compression process, we are spraying some kind of the cooler, and that the adiabatic compression changes to the polytropic compression. So you are finding that the actual work supplied at the shaft is called as the shaft work or motor work will be more than the compression work, and if the mechanical friction is the considered over here. So you are finding that the isothermal work is lesser than the polytropic work, and polytropic work is lesser than the adiabatic work. So this is the relation between the work produced during the isothermal process, polytropic process, and the adiabatic process. So now we are going to discuss the PV and TS plotting during the isothermal process, polytropic process, and the isentropic process. Now the suction and the pressure, all the pressure we are finding the same, but the compression action is the difference. So during the isothermal process, the region you are finding that the following the C1 point, and during this process the temperature is the constant. So we are saying that the C1 process, it shows the temperature is the constant and entropy gets reduced. Next, polytropic process, it is the we are saying from C on the PV plotting, that is the polytropic process, the area is you are finding the area is increased over here, and you can see there is increase in the temperature with decrease in the entropy. So this is the polytropic process. But in case of the isentropic process, you are finding the C2, where you can see on PV plotting the area under the curve is increasing, but during this process the entropy parameter is the constant, though there is a increase in the temperature. So this gives you clear idea about the work done during the isothermal process, polytropic process, and the adiabatic process. So this is today we have discussed the various types of the compressor, then compressor terminology, and the difference between the various type of the compression process. So this is related with the today's lecture. Thank you.